story that has been occupying, obviously, the national imagination for the last 2 weeks now. Every day there is a hearing in the High Court. A bench, a 3-judge bench of the High Court is hearing the Karnataka government's order to call upon schools in certain districts of the state to impose a dress code. Viewers, the petitioners are standing in court and saying that the right to choose must be upheld. That if young girls from a particular community want to wear the hijab, they should be allowed to in exercise of their rights under Article 25, Article 15, etc. of the Constitution. They should be allowed. No one can interfere, least of all the state, in their right to exercise the choice. You can't tell us what to wear, especially when our faith tells us that wearing the hijab is essential, integral to the religion. Now, viewers, I want to show you certain visuals today. I want you to then tell me where exactly is choice here. Viewers, in the middle of your screens is a young girl, a student, who showed up in school after the High Court said very clearly that you cannot wear your hijab. In the interim, till we rule, the school's rules, uniform dress code has to apply. The young student is chaperoned by her father into the school, into the classroom. The teacher then comes up and says, look, we'll be in trouble. The High Court has made it very clear that you can't wear the hijab to class. So the father then takes his daughter out and says very publicly, hijab pehle, fir kitab. Education can wait. The hijab is more important. Education can wait. Viewers, today, schools at the pre-university level opened. And you have several cases, at least 100 young girls who came to school with their hijab because their parents said nothing doing. You go to school with the hijab, you test whether the principals will uphold the interim order of the High Court, and when they did, these girls could not go into school. They are foregoing their pre-board tests. Some schools have even decided to postpone them rather unfairly because the other students are prepared. Because these individuals, these students are not being able to exercise even the right to obey the law, viewers. They are being turned into criminals, so to speak, because the law makes it very clear in the interim. You can't wear your hijab. Anyone who's wearing it is in contempt of court. But the parents say nothing doing. The hijab first, kitab later. Where is the free choice here? The activists want to shackle, reform, but they're giving a free run to this Taliban mindset. First, listen to this father, and then listen to a young woman, a school student, who comes out and says, what can I do? My parents have said that you must wear your hijab. If they don't allow you with your hijab, you come back home. We don't want you to attend. They've given her no choice. The choice is between religion, family, education and school. That's not a fair choice, viewers. Listen to these reactions.
ಹಿಜಾಬ್ ತೆಗೆದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ 16ನೇ ತಾರೀಕು ಇದ್ದೈತಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಕರ್ಕೊಬರ್ತೀನಿ. ಕಳ್ಸಲ್ಲ ಮೇಡಮ್, ಕಳ್ಸಲ್ಲ ಸರ್.
ಕೋರ್ಟಿಗೆ ತೀರ್ಪು ಬಂದಿದೆ ಮಧ್ಯಂತರ. ಈಗ
ಆಯಿತು, 16ನೇ ತಾರೀಕು ಇದ್ದೈತಲ್ಲ, ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಕರ್ಕೊಬರೋದು. ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಕಳ್ಸಲ್ಲ. ಈ ಸ್ಕೂಲಲ್ಲೇ ಅದೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು, ಏನೂ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಕಳಿಸಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಾವು ಕಳ್ಸಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಐತೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಐತೆ. ಹಿಜಾಬ್ ತೆಗೀರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಐತೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ನಮಗೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಇದು इम्पोर्टेंट ಗೊತ್ತು, ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಅದು इम्पोर्टेंट ನಮಗೆ.
आज उनको सेपरेट कुछ बिठाया गया था?
आज नहीं भेजे आज हम लोग नहीं भेजे।
आज बहुत सारे लेकिन
नहीं आया।
ओके, नहीं ला, बहुत सारे नहीं आए
क्योंकि वो हिजाब नहीं है तो नहीं आने का बोले, इसलिए नहीं भेजे हम लोग।
लेकिन उनका प्री बोर्ड एग्जाम भी चल रहा है, एजुकेशन भी मिस हो रहा है, वो
पोस्टपोन हुआ।
पोस्टपोन कर रहे हैं।
पोस्टपोन हुआ।
ओके। और तहसीलदार से आपका कुछ बात हुआ और मैनेजमेंट के साथ बात
कल
हुआ?
ही हुआ ना ये प्रॉब्लम, कल ही हुआ। आज हम लोग इधर पूछने के लिए आए तो अलाउड नहीं कर रहे हैं ना अंदर जाने के लिए।
ठीक है, क्या अभी अलाउ नहीं करेंगे तो आप क्या चूज करेंगे?
नहीं, हम लोग को पहले से ही हिजाब हमारा ये है ना, डालना ये जरूरी है हम लोग को। हमने डाल के इतने साल से हम लोग जा रहे हैं।
तो हिजाब के बिना नहीं भेजेंगे आप?
फर्स्ट हम लोग का मुस्लिम धर्म है, उसके बाद में शिक्षा।
First the hijab, then shiksha. Now viewers, a young woman spoke to us too. This is a student. She said, I will have to go back home now and do what my parents say. I don't know what will happen next. The VP had sent a message as the vice principal that we shouldn't wear the hijab in class. Yes, I'm missing my examination. Let's play that out also. Nizam Bhai, that is a young woman from Shivamoga.
नहीं, मैं सब घर को जाकर मेरे माँ बाप क्या बोलते हैं वो
आपको बताया था आज?
नहीं, अभी मालूम नहीं। मैं तो आज ही हूँ। VP में हमारे मैसेज डाले थे हिजाब शाल इल्लादे नहीं बरबेकु स्कूलिगे।
आप अभी आए हैं, आपके माँ बाप आपके साथ आए हैं, आप अकेले आए?
नहीं, मैं अकेले आई हूँ।
तो आज आप
कैसे आते हैं वैसे आई हूँ।
तो आज आप एग्जाम मिस करने के लिए तैयार हैं?
हाँ, तैयार हूँ।
Now, let me go straight across to Amina Sherwani, who's an activist. Ms. Sherwani, how do you react to this?
This is one of the saddest days of my life, and I am seeing the people of my community behave completely in opposition to what the Quran taught them. They are not even Muslims. They cannot be Muslims. They have not read the Quran, which says Iqra. The first word is to read. Secondly, the hijab is not part of Islam, and it is not a part of clothing for women in any case. That has been made clear. I was in another debate today where Yasmin Ji, who is the All India Muslim Personal Law Board lady member, has started calling it a scarf. She has dared not to use the word hijab in front of me because I asked her, quote to me from the Quran where it says that hijab is a clothing for women. Then another girl, Sayyida Falak, claimed that this has been going on for thousands of years, this hijab. I corrected her that Islam is only 1400 years old. It is not even thousands of years old. And the hijab is something which has entered the market 15 years ago as a fashion statement, or as a statement of regression, or as some sort of nonsensical piece of clothing not even mentioned in the Quran. The Constitution prohibits parda. The Quran says 1500 years ago, the Quran said women don't have to be locked up, they have to be free, they have to be educated. Who are these people following? What are they following? Neither the Constitution nor the Quran. They are neither Indian citizens nor are they Muslims. What are they? They are living in la-la land. They are living in blunderland. And through your channels, I would like to say that for heaven's sakes, my community, the Muslims, here we are fighting for you to take your daughters forward. You only abuse us. And you follow some leaders who are ruining you, who are taking you towards ruination, and you do not see the harm you are doing to your own children. Just as a sexual predator grooms young girls when he wants to prey upon them. Similarly, hijab is a way to train women into subservience. You put a little 1-year-old girl in hijabs now, 2-year-old girl in this horrible garment, which is, I don't even know what its name is. I will call it the nameless garment created 25 years ago or 20 years ago. This nameless garment has no place in our constitution, no place in Islam, and it has got to go. And I don't know why the subsequent governments, the previous governments and this government does not pass a strict law to ban this garment, this nameless garment, not mentioned in the Quran, not mentioned in our constitution forever and ever. This has to be banned.
Yes, let me bring in the MIM Saida Falak here. 1 second, Sanju Verma. 1 second. Let's get this.
I've not even said anything, Rahul.
Yeah, 1 second. I'm just saying. Yeah, 1 second. I'll just come to you. I'll just come to you. I know you're raising your hand. I'll just come to you. Saida Falak, in Bid, Maharashtra, your party put out posters. Pehle hijab, fir kitab. They are right there. And the person who put them up appeared on Times Now, and he justified it. Just recently, we had a Congress leader who said, hijab hides the beauty of girls as they come of age. Reason for high rape rate is the lack of hijab in this country. You whipped up a hysteria between the AIMM and the Congress. You have Priyanka Gandhi who says, be it bikini, ghungat, pair of jeans or hijab, women's right to decide what she will wear, stop harassment, ladki hu, ladki lad sakti hu. And she is talking about women's right to decide what she will wear. Here you've just heard a group of young students who say, what can we do? We are being told what to wear. Your Talibani edicts today are depriving girls of an education. Amina Sherwani said this is unfortunate. Saida Falak.
First of all, I am answerable to what my party leaders or members say, and I am not answerable to what the other leaders are saying. And I feel very sad and for those poor helpless girls who are being forced to choose between hijab and
No, madam. Miss Falak, please pay attention. I am not asking you to talk about what Congress party is saying. Let's talk about what in Beed district your own leader has said. And his name is Lukman, Mr. Lukman. We have got his poster. We have his soundbite. I can play it out for you. And he made it very clear. Pehle hijab, fir kitab.
Yes.
Why are you veiling young women in this garment of repression? This is what Amina Sherwani is saying to you. Why are you doing this?
How come it is a repression? How come it is an oppression?
Amina Sherwani told you.
Okay. Let me tell then. Does the capability and talent of any... please don't interrupt. Does the talent and capability of any person depends
capability
upon
and talent of the girl diminishes when you lock her up. She is unable to do the things she would like to do. She is unable to go to school at the rate now what you have brought it to.
Okay, let Saida Falak finish. Miss Sherwani, let her finish. Let her finish.
And the hijab also grooms girls into disappearing from public.
Okay, one second. Amina Sherwani, let her finish her point. Let Saida Falak finish. Once she finishes, you can respond. Sanju Verma also wants to get into this. Advocate Nilufar Masood is also there with us. Yes. Miss Falak, respond first.
Yeah, Mr. Rahul.
But I'm very happy that Sayyida Falak is serious. She stopped laughing like she used to laugh in some programs previously.
She can't understand? Mr. Rahul, why does she interrupt like this?
Yeah, well, I've told her.
She can't understand what you're telling her.
Amina Sherwani, please, let the other side also have its point of view.
Did I interrupt her when she was speaking?
Yeah, Sayyida Falak, go ahead. Please, go ahead, make your point. Make your point.
What do you mean by women empowerment? What do you mean by women empowerment? When a woman has freedom, when she has the will, she is free to choose her own will. And in Karnataka, those poor helpless girls who want to wear the hijab are being forced to remove their hijab and then attend the classes. This is not women empowerment. You are suppressing them their rights. You're not allowing them.
Once upon a time, poor Hindu women wanted to jump into the funeral pyre with their husbands. They were all prevented by law. They were physically prevented. And a hijab, in a way, is worse than sati. Because in sati, the woman dies once. With a hijab, she dies every single day. Her aspirations are
okay, 1 second.
She is made to disappear from public life.
No, 1 second. Saida Falak. 1 second, ladies. 1 second. Lower their faders. 1 second. I just want to step in here. If that were indeed the case, if the hijab did not stand in the way of empowerment, why did once upon a time women's lib leader who has written a great glorious book and settled in the West take a bullet in the head resisting the donning of a hijab or a burqa, viewers in Pakistan? She took on the might of the Taliban. And you know who I'm talking about. Malala Yousafzai. Why would she have done it? It's a very simple question. Why would she have done it? Anyhow, Sanju Verma, quick response. I want to bring in the NC spokesperson, also Nilufar Masood. Yes.
Point. You have not let me complete.
Rahul, may I at least take a minute? You know, I've been waiting patiently. I need a minute to put my views across. I cannot always make a quick point.
Yeah.
You know, first and foremost, let me tell you very clearly that those who say that hijab is about choice, I will just narrate in 10 seconds a small incident that happened. Not a small incident, actually. My apologies, pardon me. 2 months back, an Iranian father came to the public square in Iran with the butchered, severed head of his 14-year-old daughter. And he proudly said, I have butchered my daughter because she refused to wear a hijab. You know what was the punishment given to him? Only 8 years in prison. Just 2 to 3 days after that, an Iranian activist, Nadeem Khan, she came out on the streets and said, I will not wear hijab. Do you know what is the prison sentence that she is serving in Iran today? 20 years in prison, which could go up to 34 years if she does not stop giving bites to the media from her prison cell. So stop justifying hijab. I just said this, Rahul. 1996, Molly Joseph versus George Sebastian. 2014, Vishwa Mohan Lochan versus Union of India and All India Muslim Personal Law Board. And as recently as July 2021, Alka Meena versus Satprakash Meena. The law of the land is clear. When it comes to dress code, when it comes to education, the state government's risk prevails.
Okay.
So stop saying Karnataka State Education Act of 1983 does not hold good. Stop saying the College Development Committee is an extra constitutional authority. It is not. And I just want to ask one thing to the lady who was supporting hijab, Rahul. 10 seconds. Tomorrow, if there's a woman clad in all black and knocks on the door of your house and you have young kids at your home, will you allow her without caring to ask who she is, why has she come, what is her identity? So stop taking the moral high ground.
Okay,
and sticking to
let me bring in.
her.
Let me bring in Nilufar Masood. Nilufar Masood, if it was about choice, if it was really about choice, why was the Duktarane-Millat led by Asya Andrabi, a radical leader, threatening to throw acid in the face of women who weren't donning the hijab in Srinagar? Simple, straightforward question to you, Ms. Nilufar.
Rahul, we have been talking about the constitution here. Different provisions have been discussed by...
Madam, you answer the question. We are not talking about the constitution. We are talking about choice.
Let me complete, Rahul.
Constitution is being talked about in a court of law. I don't want to go there right now.
Our constitution
This
has
is not...
words
No, 1 minute. Madam, that matter is lying there in court. It is being discussed. I'm asking you about choice. Amina Sherwani is not talking about constitution. She's talking about her faith.
To cover our head, we'll be throwing acid on our face. Even then, it has been our choice to do so. It has been our choice. We're coming out of our house. Nobody is thirsting.
Madam, at gunpoint, if someone is going to threaten you to wear a hijab, where is the choice? And you're defending this?
Simply and straight.
You're defending this,
That
madam?
should not be done. Everyone
Just
has to be
preamble of our constitution has the word secular and Article 25 to 28 implying the state will not discriminate, patronize, or meddle in the
it's very secular.
Madam, Article 25 is subject to reasonable restrictions on the grounds, on 3 grounds.
Permits acid to be thrown on women's faces.
Now this Amina Sherwani is talking about the Ikra, to whom it was told that it was not word. And you should know she was the person who was accepted in Islam and said that parda is the best ornament which should be worn by Muslim women.
And espousing the cause,
not at all. There is no
1 second. Too much noise here. Too much noise. Everyone is speaking over each other. I'm stepping in here. Viewers, 1 minute. We started out asking one fundamental question. How does a young girl who is being escorted by her parents, forced to wear a hijab to go to school, even though the law now, in the interim at least, disallows it, how does she have the right to choice? Think about it, viewers.